care of us. They provide great pay, benefits, even things all the way down to if we have family emergencies, the Navy can help you get home from anywhere around the world. So get home to your loved ones, things of that nature too. Also, we're mainly a seagoing brink, so while you're out to sea, we have things to do out there also, right? We're not just out there, working or sleeping and things of that nature. So we do everything out there from, like I said, there's guys here playing basketball. We have picnics all the time. We go swimming, we go fishing. I've done all these things multiple times. I play basketball also. We also have golfing out there. A lot of things we do. We have our own computer labs. We have our own gyms. We have game nights, bingo nights where you win money, things like that also. So we do a lot of different things out to sea, right? Also food, is a big one. You like to eat good, right? So I would say the Navy feed us pretty well. All right, ICS, they work around the clock, definitely making sure we're fed a lot. You can afford 3 meals a day, sometimes 4 meals a day, depending on your work schedule, things like that. We have things like Taco Tuesdays, Burger Wednesdays. So we try to implement regular life things also as well. In the Navy and things like that too. So let me see what else we have here. There's a lot of fun things to do. Like I said, we have computer labs out there and stuff too, so you can always talk to your family. We get mail out to see, a lot of different things like that. Like I said, these are just some general things that everybody kind of encompasses here. All right. And then I just go a little bit to the education background here. You ever heard of the GI Bill? Okay, so are you familiar with it?
We are. I have the GI Bill.
Oh, okay. Well, perfect. You kind of know how it works. Then you use them, of course, and things of that nature. Of course, if you join the Navy, regardless of where you join, you will have your own. You will transfer to your spouse or to your children and things like that too. If you don't use your parents. Because my dad actually had the GI Bill. I was going to use it. He was just like, "Are you going to use it? Are you going to use it?" But I ain't joining the Navy, and I'm not using it, so to say. But you definitely have your own. And this right here, how you pay into it is. All you do is pay $1,200 into it, and after you pay $1,200, you automatically get it for the rest of your retirement service. And pretty much how it worked out for me was right when I was going through basic training, they had basically like the sign up for basic training. They'll say, hey, for the next 12 months, we're going to take $100 out your paycheck. This is for your GI Bill. And sure enough, it just took $100 for the next 12 months, and that was it. And I now have my full GI Bill I can transfer or use. So that's usually how you obtain it there. Are you familiar with tuition assistance? All right, so tuition assistance, this is the main way that service member use their college benefit. This is like the main benefit that while you're actively serving, that you can use. As of right now, the Navy is paying up to 12 credit hours a semester for active duty service members. So you can take about 3 classes a semester that the Navy will pay for, for you. Only thing they ask is that you pass the class with at least a C. If you in a felony class, you have to pay the Navy any money back. You can use this right here for any program that you ever want to get schooling for. Right? If you want to go for associates, if you want to go for masters, it pays up to a master's degree, bachelor's and things like that too. And also, there's no direct course with this. Could you sign up class by class? So yeah, if you want to take an engineering class or take a nursing class, you can do that if you want to. There's no specific pathway. You just have to get a Navy like, hey, this is what I'm going for. They don't really care what you're going for, but as long as you just take the different classes you want to take, so to say. All right. What else about this tuition assistance right here? Also, you can use it for online classes, or you can go in person if your schedule allows. I know when I first started using this, I was going in person. So, because my schedule allowed it, I was able to leave work about 4 o'clock every day and drive to the community college. My class started about 5:15, so it worked out for me. You can also use this while you're out to sea too, because like I said, we have computer labs out to sea, so you can do your classes when you're off work and things like that too, if you'd like to. All right. Welcome you all. I'm sorry we had kind of we're on the education benefits here.
Yeah.
All right. So what else about tuition assistance here? All right. So there's actually a nice loophole in tuition assistance. So the rule of thumb is the Navy pays for 1 degree, right? Let's say you want to go get your bachelor's degree. So the Navy say, okay, we're going to pay for your bachelor's degree, right? But the thing is, you can also get like 2 or 3 bachelor's degrees out of this. You want to know how? All right, so how that works is, so let's say you need 100, it's about 120 credits for a bachelor's degree. All right, so let's say you have the Navy pay for like 100 of those. All right, for those last 20, you pay out of your pocket. But then now you take your classes and move into another degree that the Navy is gonna pay for that bachelor's degree, and you just pay for your own with the last 20 semester hours out your pocket, and you can do things like that. I know people have done things like that too, so. Yeah, that's a small little loophole there that you can get 2 degrees paid for by the Navy. It may cost you, it costs you what 20 credit hours out your pocket, for your degree. And I think that's a pretty good trade-off. All right. All right. Now, of course, we have things like the loan repayment program. Anybody here ever heard of the loan repayment program? All right. So basically, what this is, I'm sure you all have heard, especially with you having the GI Bill and things of that nature, is that if you go to college, you can't pay the money back. You join the military, they're going to pay it back for you. So that's the loan repayment program. As of right now, the Navy is paying up to $65,000 in loan repayments, for like college tuition, things of that nature. So there's definitely a great alternative there, and some money on the table, if someone like to have it, things of that nature. All right. So a college level examination program there. That's pretty much like the Navy paying for, because you can also take the SAT, the ACT, and things like that through the Navy too if you want to go for certain college programs. Because there are certain programs that you have to have those things for. All right, and then Montgomery GI Bill, Select Reserve. They're just like the GI Bill, pretty much in general there. And then Joint Service Transcript. So this is probably one of my favorite things about the educational part of the Navy. What a lot of people don't know is when you first come into the Navy, all the way through the time that you leave the Navy, you actually get college credits just for being in the Navy, just for doing your specific career field in the Navy. All right, going through basic training, you get college credits and things like that also. So for me, just being in the Navy, just the Navy side of my things, actually have 16 college credits. And you can take those college credits and you can align them towards your degree also. All right, so whichever credits line towards your degree, it'll transfer over. So you already have that head start. Like for instance, being an Army engineer in the Navy, if I want to go get my mechanical engineering degree, which I am pursuing, some of those credits that I have from the schools I've been in the Navy, they line directly up to my 4-year degree, things like that too. So it actually help out a lot. It saves time, and it can potentially save money on the back end. So you do get college credits just for being in there. All right, so we just want to talk about some general benefits that we have here. Competitive pay. So every January 1st we get pay raises. You also get pay raises when you make rank and things of that nature, and also it goes up with your years in service. All right, along with that goes with your housing pay, your money for food, your money for clothes, and things like that also. All right, potential bonuses for special duty. So if you have one of those, very high clearance, very high tech jobs, you can be entitled to a sign-on bonus and or re-enlistment bonus also. Because the Navy, want to keep their, the people who's, high intelligence, things like that, and the jobs that are very demanding. So the Navy is very good about throwing out sign-on bonuses and re-enlistment bonuses, to keep their people in these select positions. All right. Like I said, kind of talked about pay raises already, regular promotions. The Navy do have a very fast promotional rate, especially if you are doing the things that you need to do. If you are hitting all your points and things like that. The Navy is definitely a good place, to rank up and to move up in, move up in the ranks. All right, comprehensive health care, of course, is 100% free health care. No matter what healthcare facility you go to, or no matter whatever type of care that you need, right? And I think for the academy, it may be like something similar, but I'm not sure if it's 100% as far as being in the academy. And of course, like all service members, we get 30 days paid vacation per year. It's 2.5 days per month that you get. You can use the vacation whenever you want to use it. You can let it add up if you want to. But there will come to a point up to 120 days where you will be forced to take vacation, all right? Because you can't save over 120 vacation days. All right. Of course, we have excellent retirement. So as of right now, the Navy has a really good retirement program. So let's say pretty much if you put 5% of your pay into your retirement, the Navy will match it another 5%, and therefore every month you would have 10% of your income going to your retirement. Well, actually 5% of your income, and the Navy's adding more into that for your retirement and things of that nature, right? Tax benefits also, so like places on base, there's a lot of different discount programs that we're able to get through the Navy and things of that nature. So those things definitely help out. They definitely come in handy, at certain times, if not most times. That's definitely a very good part of the Navy as well. All right. Also, we have free housing. No matter where you go, the Navy will provide housing for you. All right, whether that be hotels, money for buying your own house, to have your own apartment, a lot of different things like that also. All right. That's definitely a super great benefit, because you're gonna always have somewhere to live. You're not going to be without. All right. So these are just like I said, some of the benefits that we have here. Also, along with healthcare is also dental care. You can get things like braces through the Navy, orthodontic care, a lot of different things like that too, that the Navy helps pay for. All right. Then of course, we're just going to go in our two different ways to join here. Of course, we have active duty and we have reserve. All right. So active duty is a commitment of 4 to 6 years, followed by 2 to 4 years of reserve time. Also, you can forego that reserve time. You don't have to do it if you don't want to when it comes up for that time. And with active duty, you get full benefits, right? That means full-time pay, 100% health care, dental care, housing, full retirement benefits, and everything of that nature. All right. And the 4 to 6 years, it just depends on the intensity of your career field. All right. So we have career fields like nuclear engineering for starting off. Being at the schooling gets like 2 years, and then you pitch you through 2 years of schooling, and then you do 4 years at your first duty station, is what they say. So that's like the plan behind it, how the Navy has it. Or something like 4 years, it's a lot lower, more lower intensity of the job. All right, and then so reserve duty, definitely work a lot differently. With the reserve duty, you get low cost health care and dental care. You have to pay into it like every month. All right, so everything is not 100% free with the reserves. All right, and with the reserves, you only serve 4 days. You only get 4 paid days each month, but you only serve 2 days a month, which is called the 1 weekend a month that you would do at a reserve center near you. All right, so also if you're in the reserves, you can feel free to move about anywhere that you want to move to, because you can always transfer your reserve center and things of that nature. All right. Also, with the education benefits on the reserve side, it's not 100% free like on the active duty side, but on the reserve side, you do get like 30 to 40% of education that the Navy will help pay for, and you just kind of have to add to that out of your own pocket and things of that nature too. Like I said, just because you're not full-time Navy. All right. And, also, with the 2 days that you serve per month, so every year you will do two consecutive weeks at a major naval base at your choice, of your choice. So you say, hey, I want to go to Hawaii for 2 weeks, the Navy's going to pay for everything. They're going to pay you full time. They're going to pay for your housing, flight, food, everything. To go out there and serve you 2 weeks while you're on reserve time, right? And if you want to go from reserve to active duty, you have to wait 2 years initially if you start off on the reserves. Okay. So that's just a little bit about active duty and the reserve side. All right, and then that's pretty much it for my slideshow presentation. It's not anything that long. I just kind of hit some of the key points and things of that nature. And then this is usually the part where I just open the floor for questions and things like that. So if you guys have questions, ask me.
So what ship did you serve on?
Oh, before here, I was with the hovercrafts called LCATs.
Okay.
Out of Virginia Beach. I deployed on the USS Arlington.
Okay. And thanks. What were your living quarters like?
On the ship?
Yeah, I mean, give me like, so obviously the admiral's gonna have like better. And then, so give me like, say, beginning, middle, like officer type thing, like what do they like, more or less?
All right, so, and also, that's a great question because it depends on the nature of the ship that you're on. So I'm just gonna take mine for example, right?
Okay.
So actually, I had the best living quarters in the Navy.
Okay.
All right, so on the type of ship that I deployed on, we have like of course like in the regular they're like coffins, right?
Right.
Like there's like a bed right here, and you can lift up your bed, and underneath is storage, right? You can put your clothes, toiletries, things of that nature underneath there. And usually it's about a twin size bed. You have like a privacy curtain, you have like a fan inside like the bed area. You have an outlet in there, you have a light, things like that, to charge your phone if you want to read. And it was actually pretty nice because when I deployed, we had like a coffin rack right here, but it was also like it was chopped like right here, so you can sit up like this and read a book and have your feet like this here. It was to the point where I even had some of my friends, they had video games in there, like they had like a TV, they had a video game in there, like it was, you could hook it up just that way. So it was actually like pretty nice. It was 18 of us to like this one big area. Of course, we have like our own different stacks and things like that. We have like lockers in there for more storage and things like that too. And we shared 2 showers, 2 sinks, and 3 toilets for 18 people. All right, so that definitely wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. All right, so that's definitely like a great part, like a great part of the Navy as far as living quarters, being out to sea on deployment and things like that. But on some of the larger ships, you can get to the point of, well, there's about 300 people in like a super huge room. Of course, like it's like a maze almost, like different little corners and things like that. But even to the point where the bathrooms can get to the size of like 12 showers, 12 stalls, 12 sinks and things like that for like 300 people. Of course, and everywhere. Of course, the Navy, being that we live in close quarters, we clean every day. Every morning we clean. Every morning we clean. So just to keep things sanitary going, and we just kind of stayed on topic a little bit there. So there was my level. So a level above that we have staterooms. All right, so it's kind of like almost like a cruise ship, like the different staterooms on a cruise ship. But except inside the staterooms, there's about 4 of you all. So there's about 4 of y'all in there, and then there's a sink, a shower, and of course a toilet and things like that for the room for 4 people. Which is not that bad. Versus like 3 for 18.
Right.
All right.
Depending on your rank.
Yes, it's depending on your rank. So and you get the stateroom when you get about to, depending on what ship you're on, you about E6 or E7.
Okay.
All right. And then above that, you also have like better staterooms where like the staterooms are a little larger, and also it's about 2 sinks, 2 stalls, and 2 showers per stateroom. And also when you make about like E7, E8, and things like that nature, the beds get bigger. All right, they actually have like a I want to say a full size,
Oh.
but it's probably like a hair smaller than full size. Like it's like in between like a twin and a full size. It's strange, but on it, it's definitely bigger because I actually like walked in one time, and then this is like 4 of them to a room. Of course they have like their own lockers and things like that also. Of course less people, less chaos. Less mess and things like that too. So
And it's gender separated?
yes, everything is gender separated. Everything is gender separated. Tell you a crazy story, right? So actually, on one operation I went on the ship with us came 13 different countries was living with us on the same ship.
Okay.
And in some of the different countries, they're actually co-ed. Like one of the countries is actually like co-ed. It was on the ship and things like that. So yeah, it was weird. Well, like that's in the U.S. that's different. but yeah, everything is like I said, gender separated. That's it. Now, all our facilities are made for are like gender neutral, right? So let's say like the room we live in, like how it goes is like they assign it. They say, okay, that's going to be the female version, this is going to be the male type thing. So they all come with the same showers and stalls and stuff like that too. And of course, once you get all the way up to the captain, the top person of the ship, he has like his own room, like
His
a
own
bedroom.
room,
Yeah, I think he has like I want to say like a queen size bed, like a own everything. So it's
Yeah,
definitely
we went, I was assigned on one once, walking through,
right.
and it was, it's noticeably different.
Yeah, it's definitely way different. Definitely way different. But the living quarters, it's definitely something to get used to. especially being that because how the beds are like stacked a lot. It's like bunk beds. It's like they can be stacked 2 high or 3 high on top of each other, right? So you have like the top, middle, bottom, and stuff like that. Me personally, I always chose the top. I love the top, so it works out for me. A lot of people don't like the top. They don't like climbing up and but it's definitely something you get used to fairly quickly and things like that. And also being that you have storage for your personal stuff because we go to different countries, go out and visit, do things too. You definitely learn to adapt to it, right? Like adapt to the space you have. Of course, you're not gonna be able to keep like your shoes in boxes or purses in boxes and things like that. But there's a way that you can have everything. Plus, you may have storage inside your office and stuff like that too that you're working in that you can store stuff into. So it works out.
And my last question, which is gonna seem weird,
No, you're fine.
what about your laundry facilities? Is that just everyone chucks their stuff in one big laundry facility? And
No.
then-
So, yes and no. So, we have 2 different ways that we do laundry on ships, right? So, we have one way is you can actually do your own laundry. Like the washing dryers you all have at home, we actually have those on the ship.
Oh, cool.
Alright, but the thing is, right, depending on the size of the ship you're on and how many people that's on there, mind you, everybody's sharing this, right? So, it may be crowded all the time. There may be times where the machines may be broken, right? Because everybody don't have the same care for the machines that you make. All right. Yeah. So that's one way. Like say you can do your own laundry. Like say if it's crowded, like you may have to wake up at a certain time. Like on the deployments, I was doing my laundry like 4 in the morning. I'd get up, do my laundry, eat breakfast and stuff like that. Just because it was less crowded, I can get my stuff in. Sometimes people try to touch your stuff. And I'm just being transparent, right? You just definitely want to make sure you keep an eye on your stuff. And if you want to do your own laundry, right? Another way to do your laundry is I'm quite sure for the parents in here, y'all may have seen those knit bags before.
Yeah.
Like those mesh bags. Yeah. So we have those in the neighborhood. So you get issued those when you first come into the neighborhood. And what you do is you put all your dirty clothes in the bag and you tie a knot in the bag and you put a huge safety pin through the bag. And what they do is we have these big industrial washing machines, and the people's job on the ship is to wash your laundry. So you can take it to them, and what it is, they're not gonna take it out of the bag. They're gonna keep it in the bag and just throw the bag in the washer. So whatever gets washed, get washed.
Yep.
Tight. So that's one way that you can do it. But sometimes with that, sometimes those bags come apart and your stuff get dispersed, or if you have a lot of laundry, right? Because not everybody does laundry like every 2 or 3 days. Let's say somebody wait 2 weeks, they just got piles of stuff and just stuff in the bag.
College finances,
one
101 is getting ready to start in RP.
You have to really, it's my time.
All
Alright, yes, my
Thank you so
time.
much.
No problem.
Thank you.
Alright, no problem. Thank you guys for coming in. But yeah, if you always have questions, always feel free to reach out to Navy Recruiter or Navy.com. We definitely very approachable information people, so don't ever hesitate, alright?
Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you guys for coming.
Now you got a couple, I guess, huh?
Yeah.